I'm Anna-Maria and I'm the Nutritionist and Herbalist at the Red Tent Health Centre. Thanks for tuning in. I want to talk about breastfeeding and coffee. So many of you ask questions of if it's safe for you to drink coffee and will it affect your baby. And I want to just give you some of those answers and hopefully clarify your questions. When you're breastfeeding and having coffee, your body's actually less efficient at digesting or detoxing the caffeine. So that means that the caffeine from the coffee stays in the blood for a little bit longer than usual. So just keep in mind that you're a little bit more sensitive to that caffeine. And yes, caffeine is detected in breast milk. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes for the caffeine to actually enter the breast milk. So if you choose to have coffee, the best thing to do is to breastfeed first and then have the coffee. Or you could also sort of breastfeed and then halfway through start to have your coffee, because it's not going to enter the milk straight away. It takes about 20 minutes. So that's the way to make sure that you're minimizing the caffeine that the baby is getting. Now, let's talk about health and coffee for the mum. For you as a mum, when you're breastfeeding, your nutrient requirements are much higher than normal. I mean, you're creating breast milk to nourish your baby and to help them grow. So this takes a lot of nutrients. And when we consume coffee, we actually excrete a lot of our nutrients when we urinate, because caffeine is a diuretic. So it's quite depleting. And it's not what we're looking for when we're breastfeeding. So it's not an ideal thing to have. However, I do understand that you might feel fatigued and you're probably up a lot of the night, and I do understand the desire to get a little bit of energy from the coffee. So consuming it every now and then is not a problem, but ideally avoiding having coffee on a daily basis. In regards to your baby, if you consume coffee and there's caffeine in the breast milk when you breastfeed, it's a really good idea to keep an eye on your baby. Some babies don't really respond to the caffeine and might be fine, but generally you will see that babies get more fussy and their sleep patterns can get a bit out of whack. And look, that's the last thing we want as new mums. We definitely do not want our babies to be sleeping less. So just keep an eye on your baby, see how your baby's responding. But generally I would always suggest to avoid having caffeine and breastfeeding within 2 hours after drinking your coffee. So have your coffee after you breastfeed and allow for 2 hours to pass before you breastfeed again. You want to also just make sure that if you have coffee with milk in it, just keep an eye on your baby and see that your baby isn't reacting differently after you consuming dairy, and also in general if you're consuming dairy. Not all babies respond to it, and your baby may be just fine handling the milk in your or the dairy in your diet. But some babies do get more fussy. They might get a bit of a rash and more mucousy and just change in behavior. And it's really important for you as a mum to detect these small changes in their behavior. It's not always that obvious. So just be really, really attentive to these changes in your baby, and that will help you actually clarify whether your baby is responding to something you're eating. And it really can save you a lot of time. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this gave you some answers to some of your questions. If you have more questions or any comments, I'd love to hear what you have to say. So leave us a comment after the video and sign up to our YouTube channel, and would love to hear from you.